in the New Testament, 1 Timothy 3, 2, and 12, and Titus 1, 6 give the husband of one wife and a list of qualifications for spiritual leadership. There is some debate as to what specifically this qualification means. The phrase could literally be translated a one-woman man. Whether or not this phrase is referring exclusively to polygamy, in no sense can a polygamist be considered a one-woman man. While these qualifications are specifically for positions of spiritual leadership, they should apply equally to all Christians.
So guys, I'm an elder, right? I'm an elder. And not that I even wanted to be an elder, but I am an elder and I'm thankful for it. I'm humbled by the responsibility that's been, that I've been anointed for such a time as this for this role. But as an elder, all the elders, if you notice that they have chosen, were men who at least had one woman. You have to have one woman. You're not going to have a single guy up there who's going to be an overseer over people who don't even have a home of their own, so that you can be able to see, okay, let's look at how this woman being subjected to him. Is his children obedient? In my case, you can see that. And then on top of that, I had a community. I was a brother, just managing the community, just like I did when I had my first family, right? Now, my wife went rogue and left because I stood on the word. It wasn't because I did anything wrong. I stood on the word and she left. And I showed myself that I was not going to acquiesce or capitulate to a wicked ass woman. Jesus, Yeshua, comes first. And if it means forsaking wife, sons, daughters, my life, my mother, my father, my brother, my sisters, then so be it. And so when people see that this man is serious, how many people will forsake the things, their family, to follow Yah? So somebody like pastor or the leadership can see, like, okay, this man is serious. This is his fruit. This man stood on the word. And then I get me a new woman and I pour into her, and we now have sons together, and I'm just still continue to pour into her. I'm gonna be pouring to the day I die. That's my job, and they're looking. Is she obedient? Is she just wild? Is she gotten better? Is she worse? Okay, seems like he has his house in order. Seems peaceful when you come over to his house. But now let's look at the qualification, guys. Let me ask you this. Let me ask a simple question here. Now, before I ask the question, let's just go to the word. Where is that? Is it Timothy? What they quoted there?
I can back it up here.
1 Timothy 3, the qualification.
Titus and Timothy, yeah.
Okay, let's go to 1 Timothy 3. Here's the qualification. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Now, guys, this has to do with qualification. Let me say the question, and we're going to read it. This is the part where I feel like it's so deceptive. If I told you, Deacon, I'm looking for an assistant. I am looking, guys, I'm just using this as an example. I am looking for a secretary, and I need a person who has at least a minimum of 1 year of college. No, 2 year of college. I'm looking for somebody that has 2 year college experience. I'm looking for somebody that has 2 year college experience. So if somebody called the office and said that, hey, I've been in college for 4 years, I have a bachelor's degree, are they disqualified for the job that we're looking for?
No, they fit the bill.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's say somebody said, hey, I went 3 years of college, but I never finished it. Do they qualify for the job that I'm looking for? If I'm looking for an assistant or a secretary for what we're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, you said 2 years experience.
Yeah, but this person said 3 years, but they didn't finish their 4th year. They didn't get they dropped out. Something happened. Family, I don't know, family emergency. They just didn't finish, but they got 2 years in, but they got 3 years. Are they good?
They're good.
They're good. Okay, so let's say somebody comes in and say, I know this is so redundant, but guys, this is what I feel like you got to do with Christianity. But if somebody came and said, hey, I only have 1 year of college, is it okay if I can get the job? What will we say?
Well, no, the requirements too, minimum.
You didn't meet the minimum. You don't qualify. You can't get the job. We're looking for somebody with 2 year experience in college, and you only have 1 year. Well, this is saying the same thing. It's saying you need to have one wife. So an overseer should not be somebody who does not have a woman. I don't know where the Catholic Church got where they used to become overseers and stuff like that, and pedophilia. Maybe they count the little boys that they're molesting. I don't know. But But they don't have any overseers. And look at the Catholic Church, and no one gets on them. But let's read. Let's read what the book says. Let's go to 1 Timothy 3. So I hope this brings some concrete context to what the one woman is all about. Read.
This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife.
So it doesn't stop there. Oh, one wife, no polygynist. No, it's not saying that. It's just saying you have to at least be one person. And we're going to get to the reason. When you get to the qualification, they're going to give the reason behind all these qualifications. This is what we're looking for in an overseer, in a bishop. So one wife, read.
Vigilant.
So you can't say, oh, I got my one wife, but you're not vigilant. Guess what? You're not qualified. Yeah, you got your one wife, but you're not vigilant. What does that have to do with polygyny? Come on. You got to be vigilant. What else?
Sober.
Are you walking around drunk all the time? Imagine hey, you know me, Deacon. Do I walk around drinking all day? Am I in a stupor and not sober and just all over the place?
No, elder, not at all.
You got to be sober. Read.
Of good behavior. Given to hospitality.
Are we not big on hospitality?
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? So if you got all of this stuff, but you're not hospitable, you're rude, you're not really taking care of the saints, guess what? You're not qualified to be an overseer. Why are we stopping at the one wife?
Come on, elder.
Which is a mistranslation. How about, well, if you're not hospitable, then you shouldn't be in the church too. This is what it's talking about. You need to be hospitable. You got a lot of people that don't even know how to teach. So what does that do? That disqualify them too from being a believer? Not everybody's going to be able to know how to teach. Not everybody's going to be able to have some of these qualifications. That's why it's a unique person who can be an overseer. And these are the stuff you look for. Read.
Apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
If your children are running around crazy and there's no discipline and they just like, okay, this dude don't even have control over his own home. So it's not just one wife. Boom. So you're looking at a man that says, okay, he has one wife, he's vigilant, he's hospitable, he's this, he's that. Okay, bro, this guy, hey, this may be a good guy here. So if a guy has a second woman and he's doing the same thing, what? I'm like, man, this guy, this man has mastered what it means to manage people, to have a good behavior, to be sober, to be hospitable. I mean, this man is doing it at a high level. And he can even help people who are in marriages who only have their one wife, but if they have polygyny, he can even get counsel to that person because he understands the dynamics and the nuance of having two versus just one. Pastor Dow and Elder Rufus and the people that are practicing polygyny, they're a very good source that you can go to and ask them the nuance of stuff that you just don't see in a monogamous relationship. There's stuff that's in the monogamous relationship that you don't experience in a there's stuff in polygyny that you don't experience in a monogamous relationship. And it would be good to be able to go to an overseer who has their own house in order, who's able to teach and be able to give you the nuance on how to do it. I may be trying to like get my 2 women or 3 women to do things, and they'll say, hey, that's not wise. Don't do that. Or don't, this is the way you should go. Or this, why? Because he has experience. And you see the fruit of his home because you see his house is in order. Are you guys hearing me? If you guys like this, please hit the like button. Hit the 7 button, please. If you guys are liking what you hear right now. So keep reading the word. Sorry about that.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of Yah?
And that's where it comes down to, guys. It comes down to if this man do not know how to rule his own house, it doesn't matter if he has 1, 2, 3, 4 women. It's all about, does this man knows how to rule? That's what's in question here. And you're using all of these these markers to determine if this man knows how to rule. It has nothing to do if he has less wife or more wife or what. It just said, can this man rule? It's hard to judge a man if he knows how to rule and he has no woman. And if he has no woman, he's not going to have any children. And so it's going to be hard. So, oh man, somebody come over, I got a bachelor's degree. I got a bachelor's degree in bishop, or I got a bachelor's degree in seminary. And so you're going to go off his seminary degree, but this man has no woman. He has no children. Even if this man has women, he has no children. You need to be a man that at least have children to be in this office. Are you following me?
Yes, elder. That's good.
So these are the things that you're looking for to see if this man, because if he's faithful, what do we always say on our show? Be faithful in little. If you're faithful in the few, you're going to be faithful in the plenty.
That's it.
So be faithful in the little. So the way you can determine if somebody's faithful is seeing what he does with his small little family, or maybe two. Maybe he has two women and a bunch of children, or three. But if he's doing a good job there, then guess what? He will probably do a good job in being to be able to rule over the house of Yah. How should he take care of the house of Yah? Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, elder.
All right. So, and then go and just finish off. Not a novice. This is what you don't want. What?
Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil.
Being an elder, being an overseer over Yah's people is a serious business, and you can be condemned if you do it wrong. So you better make sure that the people that saw something in you and anointed you with oil, so that in that position that you do a good job. You don't want to just put anybody in there because they can be condemned. This is serious business, taking care of the people of Yah. This is no longer just your children. This is Yah's children. And so this is serious business. And so you want serious people in those positions, and not a novice, not a person who's only been with one woman, no children, or a man who has children, but his children is ruling and his wife is being arrogant and disrespectful to him. You can't be having that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right. Let me calm down. keep my blood pressure down. You know what I'm saying? I have good blood pressure, by the way. But anyway.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.